Born April 27th, 1933 in Lincoln, Nebraska. My dad worked for Aichi Greenhouse, and my dad bought the house for $1,500 in, I don't know, I think it must have been 1941, something like that.
So you lived in the same house, or?
Yeah, my whole life, yeah, while I was growing up, yeah, which was sort of nice, actually. So I went to Calvary Lutheran parochial school. When I started, it was a school that had everybody in the same grade in the same room in the basement of the church. And that went through 9th grade. And then I went to Lincoln High School. We had sandlot teams for football, neighborhood teams, and Wild Blue and I had a team, and we played Dave Jones's team, and we went to the three-cornered lot and played each other. Yeah, and so I recognized that I had some skill before high school, and was looking forward to being a high school football hero.
Yeah, and were you?
Yeah, I became an all-state football player in Nebraska, 3rd team all-state. So yeah, that was good. I got a lot of internal motivation by living in that neighborhood and not really being part of it. I wanted to be like them, and so I was highly motivated to achieve, and you know, I think my parents recognized that and they were pleased with it, and I wanted to please them too, you know. I mean, you know, I knew that they loved me very much. It was a drugstore, and I started working there when I was about 12 years old. I started to wait on people pretty early on, and I worked there into college. And the owner remembered the things I did wrong. It had sort of a yard out there, and real hot summer day, I was mowing the yard and had my shirt off and was sweating, and then I came in and started to wait on customers that way, and he was a little unhappy about that. Some government agents interviewed the guy that owned the drugstore. Because my dad was born in Russia, that was when I was going to university and going into the NROTC, but it was a concern about, because, you know, it was the Cold War, and so to ask about me, I guess, whether I was a Russian agent. So
You've been keeping your cover.
Yeah, very well.
Very well.
Oh yeah, about my dad?
Yeah.
Baseball diamond at that time, the railroad tracks went very close to the Nebraska baseball diamond, and my dad at that point in time had a job as a baggage man for the Burlington Railroad between Lincoln and Omaha, so he would be in the baggage car, and he would go right by the baseball diamond. When I was playing, you know, Oklahoma or someone like that, when the train went by, I could see him in the mail car, and you know, I would know that within half an hour, 45 minutes, he'd be at the game. So that was sort of a unique thing. But we had a good relationship, and we could kid each other, and he looked, toward the end, he looked really terrible, so I'd see him and we'd kid about a little bit. And one day I was in there and the nurse was in there, and I walked in and I said, "You are really ugly." And he laughed, and the nurse was so upset. She looked at me like, "What are you doing?" There was a time before he was sick, and we didn't show a lot of emotion to each other. But there was a time that I was really down. We were out on his deck, and he could see that I was sad, and he came over and put his arm around me, not say anything, but that meant a great deal to me. So that was good. That's the favorite. Well, I went into service.
And where did that take you?
I was assigned right from the beginning to the Oriskany, and was on the Oriskany for 18 months.
You got seasick a bit?
We're going to have to go into that, huh? When I landed aboard, the ship was on the edge of a typhoon, and so I got very sick. And the ship took a big roll, and I knew I was in trouble, so I ran out of there, ran out into the galley, and there was a big garbage can there, and I pulled up the lid and let go, and immediately found out it was full of fresh coffee grounds. So that was the first day of my life on the carrier. Not a very auspicious landing, but I survived that and qualified as an officer of the deck. I believe as an ensign, which was pretty quick, so it all worked out.
Cool.
I married your mother in 1958, is that right? We married in Gridley, and I had a job in Chicago working for General Mills in a cereal plant. The neighbors called me the Cheerios man. Lisa was born when we lived down by the river, and I remember the nurses bringing her out, and she had a great big blonde curl on her head. I remember Lisa because she was the first, I guess, and because of that curl on the top of her head, you know, we were really involved in you guys' lives. There was a tremendous amount of love and satisfaction out of having you guys around. You know, I can remember that after church we would go to a coffee shop when you guys were young, coffee shop on El Camino. We didn't have a lot of money, but we'd go to the coffee shop with all four of you and pile into a booth and have hot chocolate and a sweet roll and then come home. And
Then you met Carol.
yeah.
Tell me about that.
it was very wonderful. We both clicked very, very well. I feel very blessed to have hooked up with her and have her like me. She absolutely and totally loves all you kids, which is wonderful for me. And I put up with Karen. Karen has turned out really well. And likes me a lot. I think even loves me, and I love her too. So.
Even though you're ugly.
No, I'm the one that should say that to you. You should not play it back to me.
It's kind of your way of saying I love you.
Right. Yep. And that you're the opposite of ugly.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, that's why we're both handsome.
Well, that's right. And modest.
Yeah, right.
Is there anything you would have done differently or not have concerned yourself as much with, or, I mean, anything like that?
Well, I don't know, I may have, now that I know how things turned out, I may have worried less, but I didn't know how things were going to turn out. I feel very blessed with the way things have turned out for me. I feel very blessed to be in good health and be with Carol and enjoy every minute with her, and have all you guys around. Yeah. I know that I'm loved by all you guys, and you guys know that I love you all, and that we get along and have fun, and we're there for each other. That's very important to me. And I feel blessed that it's happened. because I don't feel responsible for it at all. I just feel blessed. So.
Yeah. I love you, Pop.
I love you, Tim. A whole lot, even though you're ugly.